This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Hi everyone, I'm Nizzahon, and today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. Normally the gameplay videos on my channel are limited, but believe it or not, way back in the day, like in 2015 and 2016, the early years of this channel, I actually did Commander content on like a monthly basis, and I kind of felt like doing it again for the first time in a while, playing some Commander. And it's not exactly Commander, it's historic Brawl, but it's about as close as you can get on Arena. You have a 99 card deck and all of that. So yeah, I wanted to show you, this is sort of the deck tech part of the video, and then I was going to play some games with it to show you what this deck does. Our commander is Illuna, Apex of Wishes, and the deck's basic game plan is to get a creature token into play, and then mutate Illuna onto that creature token. The reason it has to be a token is the deck doesn't have cheap permanents in it. We want to hit something crazy good when we mutate, and so there aren't any mana rocks in this deck, there aren't any other permanents in the deck. There are sorceries and instants that make creature tokens, but no artifacts, planeswalkers, enchantments, or creatures other than the ones that we want to cheat into play when we mutate Illuna. So this deck, this whole pile here is ways to make creature tokens cheaply. These are, we want to make a creature token or a few creature tokens in the early game and then mutate Illuna onto that thing as soon as possible. We do it even faster with the help of ramp. This whole pile here is all ramp. We have Into the North, so we have some snow duels in the deck. Most of the other ramp in the deck is fairly self-explanatory. We do have a few cards that make treasure, like Prismari Command, Unexpected Windfall, Elemental Masterpiece, and Creative Outburst. These are both things that we can also just cast because the deck is kind of a ramp deck too. One awkward thing about being a ramp deck with Illuna is that we can't run the mana rocks, we can't run the mana dorks, because we don't want to hit those off of the Illuna trigger. So this deck's ramp is all sorcery and instant based, as you can see here. And so, the typical hand that we want is simply one where we have like something that makes a creature token, a ramp spell, and, some lands. Like, that's what we want our hand to look like. The kind of things we can cheat into play when we mutate Illuna, all of it is very challenging for our opponent to deal with. We've got Averbrook Caretaker, which has hexproof and puts counters on things. We have Tovalar's Huntmaster, which gives us 3 bodies right away, and if it ever transforms, it'll be extra crazy. Kogla comes into play, usually kills something, and usually also threatens to just destroy our opponent's stuff. Jin Gataxia's Progress Tyrant doubles all of our spells, and we do have several of them. This is sort of a spell deck too. So it doubles all of our spells and makes it hard for your opponent to cast spells. Kiora the Sea God gives us a huge Kraken, then taps all their stuff, and then we steal a permanent. Lay Claim just lets us steal a permanent. Hornet Queen gives us 5 Death Touch bodies. Coma, Cosmos Serpent starts cranking out serpents that do all sorts of stuff. It can become indestructible, tap things down. And Jin Gataxia's Core Augur makes it so our opponent can't have any cards in their hand at the end of their turn, and we get to draw 7 cards on every one of our insteps. So these are all super powerful things that our opponent has to contend with, in addition to the fact that there's usually a 6/6 flying trampler coming at them. And usually we like to pull it off by like turn 5, and it's fairly consistent. It's pretty fun to do. If we really wanted to streamline things, we could just put, a couple of super busted things to hit. But I think it's a little more fun to have this variety. It makes it feel a little more like roulette, I guess, and random. They're all great, but, So that's basically the deck. The pile here that I didn't talk about is all just sort of, removal and things like that. If the deck is having a hard time getting its mana going, we really need to have, some removal, and a lot of it's flexible. We actually have some removal in these piles, too, that do other things. But, of course, Lightning Bolt, Abrade, which can hit artifacts, Lava Coil, Exile stuff. Fight with Fire, we can actually kick it reasonably often with all the ramp in the deck. Soul Seer, just an efficient way to kill things. Crows and Grip lets us blow up problems, artifacts, or enchantments, no questions asked. Quandrix Command gives us a whole bunch of options that are nice. Storm's Wrath, Burn Down the House, and Hour of Devastation are all sweepers. Burn Down the House is also nice because we get Devil tokens out of it. Sublime Epiphany, just a great value card that does insane stuff. And Banefire, a nice removal spell that's also sort of a ramp payoff. So that's the deck. It's a lot of fun to play, and now we'll go ahead and play the game so you can see what I mean. Okay, so here's our first hand. So we do have a way to make creatures and some ramp, but we also have only 2 lands and no red mana. So we're going to take our free mulligan here. This is another kind of awkward one. I do think we end up keeping it and hoping we find blue. Even if we don't find blue, there's a decent chance we can, like, Lava Coil and get to Hour of Promise. It's definitely not a great hand, but I don't think we want to go down any cards. We'll just lead with Mountains here. What are we up against? Catilda. So, human, nonsense, bunch of mana. Okay, Chatter the Squirrel, not bad to find here. We can get our first token going. Which, you know, sometimes we chip in against, you know, slower decks. We can chip in for some damage with our tokens in the early game. We're going to get to here because they're not blocking with that. Would have been nice to have a desert in our hand. Our deck has sort of a desert sub-theme. I didn't mention that. Partly because of Hour of Promise, partly because having lands at cycle is nice, and partly because the utility land deserts are nice. If we had another desert, casting Hour of Promise would probably later on give us our, you know, the tokens, but right now we don't have another desert, so we also don't have blue mana at all. So I think we probably just want to, well, we'll attack first. There's no way they trade, right? We'll attack first. Then I think we Lava Coil it. We just need to make the game go long enough that we can do our thing. And I feel like letting Catilda just be on the battlefield, accelerating them, is probably not what we want to do. So, yeah. Cultivate or something off the top would be great. It'd let us grab our blue. There's a Bugler. Grabs him another human, most likely. Ugh, Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, we hit Temple of Mystery, which is good. It gives us blue mana. What's on the top of our library? We want to draw more blue mana? I mean, probably. I mean, yeah, I think we leave that in place. I think we cast our other Chatter, the Squirrel. So we're going to have to wait until turn 6 to actually do our Illuna stuff in this game, and hopefully that's early enough. We were on the play, so it might be. Hour of Promise, am I even going to bother casting it? I have a feeling just casting multiple choice is probably going to end up being better here than the alternative. But yeah, this is historic, so this is a powered down version of that card. Because of alchemy. Kind of forgot that's a thing. I'm glad it is, because it would have been worse if they got to do it right away. So we know we're going to hit 6 mana next turn. So I don't think I bother with Hour of Promise. I think I have multiple choice one of these. And I get to do all of this if I do, which is pretty sweet. They get to decide what to return, which means they probably return their Bugler, but I think I'm kind of okay with that overall. Yeah. So let's play this as an island. Not as an island, but a source of blue. And then we'll cast multiple choice for 4 here. Unexpected Windfall. We're not really in need of that. Whatever it is we draw next turn, you know, we're going to play Illuna, so it kind of doesn't matter what we draw. Choose a player. So I want to choose them, so they bounce a thing. Yeah, so they get their Bugler back as suspected. Then we'll end our turn. And next turn we can do Illuna stuff, especially if they tap out. We want them to tap out, basically. And I think that's probably what they're going to do, is play all this, play Bugler. That's a little more of a problem. But we are going to get to Illuna here, and let's see what happens when we do. I think we may as well play an untapped land, because we can. Without paying life, yeah. So we want to put it on a Squirrel, because that's a bigger upgrade from a 1/1 than it is from a 4/4. So let's Squirrel. What do we hit? We hit Jin Gataxius. It's not too shabby. And I think we attack them with both of these. Yeah, they don't really have anything they can do about it. They could have a sweeper here. I mean, that's sort of the way to get out of this situation. Seems like they're actually a +1/+1 counter deck, huh? So the first instant sorcery or artifact they cast in a turn just gets countered. Like if we cast Sublime Epiphany, we get 2 copies, which is pretty cool. All right, so they're going to try to do some things here. Wouldn't mind or do 4 damage to everything card right about now. Wait, why didn't that get countered? Oh, artifact, instant, or sorcery. That's why. Okay, Lightning Bolt's not bad. Getting double Sublime Epiphany is probably better, though. just guessing. That's probably better. So, yeah. They're tapped out. If I cast Sublime Epiphany, I get it twice. Lightning Bolt twice isn't bad, but I think Sublime Epiphany twice is pretty insane. I think that's what we're going to do here. Yeah, so let's Sublime Epiphany. We only get these 3 options, but that's kind of plenty. So, non-land permanent that we want to bounce. I mean, I think bouncing Catilda. Yeah, I think we bounce Catilda. We're going to make a copy of our 4/4. We don't want to copy our legendaries. And we want to draw the card, too, obviously. And then we get the other copy, and I think we bounce the Reach creature, make another copy of our 4/4, and then we draw another card. So we can play our untapped Mountain here, and I mean our untapped Red Source, and Lightning Bolt on their turn, which will be pretty sweet. We go ahead and attack with all 3 of these. All they have is a 4/4, so Jin Gataxias can get in there pretty nicely. We drop them down to 7. I guess I could just consider Lightning Bolting them down to 1. Thing is, I probably just want to Lightning Bolt Jugon, but either way, we're playing our Steam events untapped. We're paying 2 life. And, yeah. Isn't Commander fun, the kind of absurd things you can do? I guess we'll just wait and see what happens here. We can Lightning Bolt Jugon in response to them playing something. Okay, well that's annoying. I guess we'll wait to see what they target, and then we'll bolt, and we probably just end up bolting both of these and winning. So it's not that annoying, I guess. Yeah. What do they target? All right, so we're going to Lightning Bolt. Okay, so yeah, we'll Lightning Bolt the Remnant. And then we'll Lightning Bolt the Aspirant, too. Yeah, alright, we got there. Pretty sweet. We were a little slow in that game, but, you know, grabbing Jin Gataxias and then Sublime Epiphanying and Lightning Bolting, getting doubles of those was just too much. Even as slow as we were. We did enough stuff early to slow them down that, you know, we got it going there. Yeah, we didn't ramp, like, at all in that game, did we? No. We had the opportunity to, like, Hour of Promise, but there was no real point in doing it by the time we were there. All right, we're up against Muldrotha. You know, these value grindy decks are usually a pretty good matchup because we just try to win the game with, like, one big play, you know. No ramp in this hand, but we have removal and all the creature token generators we could want. Obviously, we need blue mana, but I think it's a keepable hand. We actually don't even... Oh, yeah, we do. We need double blue, actually, for Illuna's effect. Okay, so we're playing Stomping Ground tapped. We don't have anything to gain by doing anything else. So Muldrotha. Forbidden Friendship's funny because it does make 1 human. You know, mostly we don't have human token generators because we need Mutate to do the thing. This makes it a non-human and a human, so we go for it. Yeah, so I think we just cast it here. We get to chip in for 1 right away. They're already down to 21, which is nice. We do need that blue mana pretty bad. I do like this inscription. Okay, so we can blow up search for Azcanta here. That's probably just what we're going to want to do. They're having problems finding green mana, it would appear. So yeah, I think we probably attack them with our 2 tokens. See what happens. And then blow up search for Azcanta before it does anything absurd. They could have counter magic to protect it, but that's okay. This card's nice in the deck because it can make a token if we need it, but then it's also a naturalized. That's the kind of flexibility one likes in Commander/Brawl. Yeah, I thought they might have counter magic. That's okay. What's not okay is that we're not doing a great job of getting more mana. See, we can't play that card. Wouldn't that be great if we could play that card? But we can't if we're trying to combo with Illuna. And we are. I mean, what else would we do? Okay, that's going to be nice. Hopefully they don't have counter magic for that too. Muldrotha probably comes down this next turn, which isn't great for us. But we do get to ramp here and grab an island. Unless they counter Beneath the Sands, which would be really sad. It could happen. They do not. So we'll grab our island. So we do still actually need another island for Mutate. I haven't had that be a problem a whole lot, but might be about to be. I guess maybe they don't play Muldrotha here, because it's not like Muldrotha does anything, right? They didn't put anything in the graveyard. Okay. Well, there's the additional blue mana we wanted. I could have Braid the Signet. It is our only source of green. Either way, we're attacking with our tokens first here. So the annoying thing about their deck is they probably have a bunch of interaction. And that's no fun. Do I just want to Braid the Signet here and now? Probably not. I think we just pass the turn. We can leave up a Braid, Soul Seer. I think the rest of these are sorceries, unfortunately. Yeah. But we need one more land. So Inscription to scry 2 and draw 2 is pretty appealing. Especially if they tap out. That's probably what we do. Is Inscription to find the 6th land, an untapped land, and just go for it with Mutate. So here's Muldrotha. They get to play a land right away. One blue mana is probably not enough to stop us from doing our thing here. Oh, this is a sorcery. I knew that. I'd kind of forgotten. I did want to leave the mana up, but it's definitely regrettable now that I did. So I could kill Muldrotha if I cast both of these. It's not the worst thing in the world when we're just trying to make the game go longer. Yeah, I think we're just going to do it. Alright, we did not draw the land, and we didn't really deserve to, if I'm being honest. I think we need to Inscription here. Try to find that land. So we're going to scry 2 and draw 2. Neither of you are lands. Can't quite cast Kogla either, so I think we put them both on the bottom. Oof. Okay. Having some problems this time. You know, we're drawing into the Hornet Queen. That's the downside about running multiple kinds of cards that we can do stuff with. That we can, you know, reveal with the Illuna, is that we draw them more, but this deck can normally ramp pretty well. It hasn't really shown that in either of these games, but you saw the deck list. I mean, it has a bunch of ramp in it. So they have all their mana untapped, and I do not like that. We did get Growth from the Ashes. That part's nice. Maybe we'll just Banefire them for the win. If they just keep taking damage, there's a chance. Yeah, I think we just kick Growth from the Ashes here. They might counter it, but that's okay. They do not. All right. So, I guess we're going to go island, forest. Yeah, so we can cast our Hornet Queen if we have to. So I could Chatterstorm here. Get a couple more tokens. Doesn't seem terrible, actually. We still have a bunch of backup tokens if they have a sweeper because we have Mouth and Krenko's command, so... Go, squirrels, go. Is this about to flip? No. Not so much. Okay. That's not too concerning. So, if they keep leaving their mana untapped, I think we're just going to try to win with Banefire, because they can't stop it. And if I try to do Illuna right now, there's a pretty good chance they can interact with it. So, I don't think it's what we want to do. They do get to gain some life back, which is annoying. But yeah, I think we go ahead and just swing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can only do 6 with Banefire right here. I guess I could try to cast Hornet Queen. Might force them to use a sweeper if they have one. Or, you know, they'll counter it. And then if they don't... Like, if they do have the sweeper, next turn I can cast Chatter and put Illuna on it. And if they don't have the sweeper, we probably just win. And if they counter it, we're also still in pretty good position. So, yeah, let's cast our Hornet Queen here. It's a weird place, not getting to do our Illuna things, but I think this is the right play. Like, trying to Banefire them to death. Okay. Seems likely they have a sweeper, right? If they're just going to let Hornet Queen resolve. Seems pretty likely. We don't have that many creatures in our deck. Is there even one in there for them to exile? No. So they don't get to gain any life back. This is going to be a funny game because I don't think we're ever going to cast Illuna, and I think we're going to win. Yeah. We just won ramp, you know. We didn't even really ramp that well, but we resolved the Hornet Queen, so there you go. Okay, so our opponent is playing Kambal. That is a problem for us, because almost our whole deck is non-creature spells. Once again, we have a hand that doesn't really do much in the way of ramping, but we do have all our colors. We have Scry, and we have some interaction. I think I can live with it. I almost clicked free mulligan anyway. So yeah, Kambal is going to be tough, I think. Especially if we don't draw a removal. Wow. That's not very nice. Okay, so they just turned off, I mean, not turned it off, but to mutate Illuna, I now have to pay 8. So in a hand without any ramp, that's not great. Is there any ramp on top of our library? No, and I don't think we want Ramanop Ruins either. Ooh, yeah, they're just Disruption Central. I could Sprouting Renewal that, so at least there's that, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing well here. Here comes Kambal, who's going to be a real thorn in our side. Okay, there's some ramp. We also have more blue, so Stolen by the Fae is pretty spicy. Like, if we can pay 5, bounce Kambal, and make 3 tokens, it's pretty serious. Trying to decide if I want to cast Grove from the Ashes here, or Sprouting Renewal to destroy this. It's basically what we're thinking about here. If I Sprouting Renewal, next turn I'll be able to bounce Kambal and make those tokens. I mean, if I Grove from the Ashes, that is. So, yeah, I do take 2 additional damage from this. I probably didn't need to pay 2 there. But, yeah, I think we do it. Yeah. Kambal, do your thing. Grab an island. Yeah, so they're kind of like a taxi hate bear kind of deck. So the awkward thing here is, yeah, I could bounce it, but then I won't be able to put Illuna on anything. I'd probably still go for it though. Make them recast, come ball. Yeah, we get 3 fairies out of the deal. We also go to 17. So actually, if we Sprouting Renewal using Convoke, can we actually do it here? So we just take 2. So if I play a land... No, I still wouldn't be able to do it. Right? Am I crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If only one of you were green. Yeah, because we only have 6. Mutate costs 6. We'll go ahead and blow up the Curse of Silence, which also means we have to lose some life here, which I don't love. But next turn we can Illuna, and hopefully that'll let us do a thing that will make our lives easier. Then we just pass. With Baird in play... You know, actually, I think we just attack, and we'll pay all the taxes. We're not blocking. And it lets us chip away a little bit. This is a tough matchup, though. I mean, how much life have we lost from spells? A lot. I mean, 6? 6 is a lot. Okay. And almost our whole deck is spells, so it's not a great situation. All right, so we definitely Illuna here and hope it works. If they have removal in response, we do still get Illuna in play, it's worth noting, but not this effect. We don't cast what we hit, which is good news. Ooh, Coma's a good thing to hit here. Okay, our opponent, we were at 8. You know, I don't think our opponent should have scooped there at all. Like, maybe we were going to snowball our way to victory, but at 8 against Kumbal, I don't think the game was over there. But we'll take it. We'll take the win. Another Muldrotha deck here. We really have not done well hitting ramp in our opening hands. And we have more ramp than we do big, crazy things to cheat into play. I'm trying to decide if I want to mulligan this hand. It isn't the worst. We've got Fight with Fire to deal with something early. We can even wipe the board and then hope we hit something that makes creature tokens. But the fact that we don't have any ramp or any ways to make creature tokens, I think we probably take our free mulligan here. Okay, this is a lot better. We can Dragon Fodder. Outburst will help us do Illuna a turn earlier. So yeah, that'll work, I think, for us. We don't have red mana, do we? So we do have to find red mana for Dragon Fodder. But that's doable, I think. Curabest of Sea God in our hand. Again, that's kind of a bummer, but we can also just ramp into it. So... and we draw another token generator. So I think at the end of our opponent's turn, we probably make a treasure token. Ooh, they also have a companion. That's spicy. I should probably have Explore in this deck, huh? So many cards in Historic, I'm not aware of all of them. But yeah, we'll make a treasure token here. Okay. So we do have red now, but we don't really want to use it that way. Hour of Promise will probably fetch us 2 mountains. It actually can fetch any lands, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we don't want Jin-Gitaxias. And we end our turn. So yeah, next turn we'll Hour of Promise using our treasure. Growth Spiral should probably be in this deck too, huh? That one I don't have as good of an excuse for, because obviously it's on Arena. There's Gyruda. Oh, okay. So Migration Path lets us ramp a little better. I guess we're going to go with green here. Yeah, so let's Migration Path, grab 2 mountains. I mean, I guess I could have grabbed non-basics with the other card, but I get to keep my treasure if I do this. I think that's probably better. And so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's Gyruda doing the Gyruda stuff. Didn't hit anything. Works for me. So we could just play Kiora Best the Sea God here. Not bad, huh? I could try to Dragon Fodder and then wait a turn to do Illuna, but Kiora Best the Sea God is... just slamming that is way better than that alternative. Yeah. Then we play our Sheltered Thicket tapped. So we both have... Is there's a Kraken? Yeah, that's what I thought. There's a Kraken on both sides of the battlefield. So they do blow up Kiora Best the Sea God here. But that's not a disaster for us. I mean, we got the 8-8. We could even consider Illuna-ing onto the 8-8. Mutating onto it. Could be worth it, honestly. It's kind of awkward because we don't get, like, as big of an upgrade, but we also know they can't interact with it. Yeah, I think we're going to go for it. This is a rare occasion where we actually want it to go under. Usually we're going over because we're putting it on crappy creature tokens. Okay, that's pretty good. What's up, Hornet Queen? Attack them for 8. And... playing Muldrotha doesn't really solve this problem for our opponent. We can swing at them for... Okay, well that is pretty effective. Makes us take a little longer anyway. So, I don't have any deserts in play. I'm thinking about casting Hour of Promise and getting Ramunap Ruins and some other desert. I won't get a token out of it, but it'll give me the reach to kill them next turn. That doesn't seem too bad. So let's attack them for 8. Wait, what? How was it able to block? Was it flying? What did I miss? Oh, reach. Yeah, that is what I missed. Okay, that's not too bad for us, frankly. So I'd probably just play Hordling Outburst here. So now it's going to cost me 8 to, Yeah, let's play Hour of Promise, actually. We can grab any lands we want. So Command Tower is a nice one to grab, mana-wise. I don't think I'm going to grab a desert in the end here, although... maybe I should. I'll probably just grab Ketria Triome. So we do that, and then we Hordling Outburst. So we know next turn we have the chance to do Illuna again. I did forget about Reach there. It wasn't really anything I could do about it other than offer up the trade, though. Like, I wasn't going to not attack anyway. Need a command tower back. I may be able to remove whatever I try to put Illuna on. How much mana do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we actually have the mana to protect it if they do have it, because we can Lazotep plating. That's a pretty gross draw. So yeah, let's mutate. And then we can Lazotep plating if their plan is to use removal. Oh yeah. Then we go over. And we hit a coma. Will our opponent automatically scoop like our last one? Do I throw these tokens at them too with the intention of doing as much damage as possible? Probably not. So we get a serpent, which means we'll at least be able to save coma even if they play a sweeper here. Ooh, that is less than ideal. So that exiles. So if they exile coma here, it doesn't fix our... Okay, they're going to do that. Fine by me. They don't get my Illuna because commander. Do I want to tap anything down? I do kind of wish I had Ramanop Ruins now. The amount of life they have. Ooh, I can copy their hostage taker with Mythos of Illuna. And target their hostage taker and then play their hostage taker to exile their other creature. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So we're going to copy their hostage taker. Sure. The fight doesn't actually matter here. But because 2 3s aren't going to kill 2 3s. Okay. Do we still win here if I just sack a serpent and swing out? No. We know it's on top of our library. That's nice. Okay, so kind of think we just swing out here. Yeah. Okay, so we kill both of those. Drop them down to 8. I think we just end our turn. Gets us another serpent. I think if I were them, I would have targeted Coma. So, Muldrotha, do you have enough to play Hostage Taker? Yeah. You do, right? If you play a land from your graveyard. Okay, well that's not going to do it. I can just sack 2 serpents, tap these down, and swing for lethal. And that's what we'll do. Alright, we got there. Since I started recording games with this deck, I haven't lost yet. Surely it'll happen. I mean, it was happening when I wasn't recording, so we gotta, you know, you gotta see the deck lose at some point. Okay, so this is actually a really good hand. We haven't actually, what's funny is we've won them all, but we haven't gotten one of these hands. And this is a hand where we can make 2 squirrels, ramp, and then Illuna, like on turn, at least on turn 5. Yeah. Yep, so we're going to keep 7. Very good hand. It's almost too much ramp, actually. But, that's okay. More squirrel tokens. Up against Chromium, so they're definitely a control deck, and I think we can count on them having counter magic, which does make things harder on us. But not impossible, especially because it seems like most people I play don't realize what I'm going to do with Illuna, and they like tap out in situations where I'm like, really? So, you know, maybe more of that'll happen. You know, with the ramp spells we're going to cast, I don't think we really want to draw Ketria Triome. We're going to get lands without having to draw them, and we may as well try to draw, like, lava coils and stuff that'll let us interact early if we need to. I mean, chances are we won't. We'll just make, like, 2 squirrels at the end of their next turn. Yeah, we'll make 2 squirrels here at the end of their turn. It's an instant. Then Beneath the Sands, and then the next turn. So yeah, we'll turn 5 Illuna in this game. Which isn't insane, but it's pretty good. So let's find out if they're going to counter this. I get to choose 2, huh? Yeah, so we're going to gain 3 and make 2 tokens. There's our tokens. So we did draw a lightning bolt, which is nice. So yeah, now we're going to cast, well, you know, first we're going to chip in for 2 with our squirrels. Then we're going to Beneath the Sands. Guess we want to grab Forest? Forest or Island? I guess Island. Now we have the double blue for Illuna. I mean, we probably were going to get it anyway off of Migration Path, but... The Celestis. A mana rock that we can't run. Okay. Well... Attack them for 2. I should probably have more gates in this deck. There's some very loud lawn mowing going on. But yeah. Probably should have more gates in this deck in an ideal world. I guess we'll play the one without cycling. And we also get to leave up Lightning Bolt if that matters. Yeah, this is the only gate I have. I mean, I ended up having to cut a lot because I needed to run a lot of basics. But I had more gates in the deck originally, but yeah. Grab an island, or guild gate in a forest. Leave up Lightning Bolt. So next turn we can Illuna, and we want them to just tap out, so we can do that. We can play Kogla instead if we want. Probably playing Illuna is better, though. I think our opponent's having mana problems, which is not great for them. Probably just bolt that to keep anything too crazy from happening. Yeah. Let's try to bolt it anyway. Alright, so they have 1 mana up. There's a chance they could interact, but I think we still... Actually, they have 2 up, so there's a decent chance they can interact. I think we still go for it here, though. Alright, doesn't look like they are. Which of our things do we hit? Oh, that's pretty good. So we get Jin-Gataxias. Swing for 7. We get to draw 7 cards. Can throw away Satyr's Cunning since it has Escape. And some lands. Yeah. So they kind of need a sweeper here. They probably have one, given what they're playing. But we just got a ton of value just off of doing this when we did. And it's going to be hard for them to overcome that at any point. Okay, well, I think that means they're dead, more or less. Because I can play Kogla, punch it, and attack them, I guess. It's a fight, isn't it? Yeah, so they will gain 5. They'll go up to 19, and then I can only swing for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could fight with fire. Can I kick fight with fire here? Do I have the mana to kick it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. I need one more. Sublime Epiphany doesn't do that much for us either. So I probably just play Kogla, punch it, and attack them. Seems pretty good. We get to draw a bunch more cards here. Given that we get to draw a bunch more cards, I probably should just play Sapperling Migration. We know they don't have any cards in their hand, so the chances they have a sweeper aren't super high. All right. So I think we discard Ruins, Desert of the Fervent, Ipnu Rivulet. Don't really need Cultivate. Don't really need Migration Path. And don't really need Goblin Wizard. Oh, I went... That's better, yeah. Don't know how they're going to win here unless they top decked a sweeper. And even that, given our hand, not really going to do it. We can just kick fight with fire. The land we kept is a tap land, which is probably not ideal. Probably should have kept the desert. That came into play untapped. Ramanop Ruins, but yeah. Because then I know I'd be able to kick it for the win. Yeah, that's, you can't even cast your commander, so that sucks for them. Alright, we'll play one more. I almost want to lose just to show you that this deck can lose. We've been very lucky since I turned on the recording. We'll lose sooner or later. I mean, I do think the deck's pretty sweet, pretty good. I mean, it does, you know, the Haymaker it can throw on turn 5 or so is hard to match. But, like, testing with the deck and, you know, streamlining it and stuff, I was losing. It's not unbeatable, just so you know. This hand, oh, man. Not a great one. We have two of the things that we'd rather have in our deck. We do have a way to make a token and a way to ramp and a scry. But I think we probably still send it back. Okay, this is better. We don't have a whole lot of interaction, but... In fact, we don't have any. So... Opponent is doing Hanada things, so that's gross. Okay, I do like drawing the migration here. Because... It gives us something to do on turn 2. All right, there's a desert. Ooh, I actually kind of need to play this. Either this turn or next turn. I'll play it this turn. Then we'll migrate. We're just going to play out a bunch of tokens in this game. That's kind of the game plan. Not being able to kill Hanada is going to be a little scary. Oh, okay. Land destruction. That is not a good matchup for us. Well, if I wanted to lose, I think might be heading in that direction. We're gonna play our desert here. You think they're gonna? I mean, they can't have that much land destruction. It's singleton, and most of it in historic isn't exactly good. So, I don't imagine they're going to blow up another land here. Okay, good. They did not. Rather than play more tokens, I'd probably go for Spring here. We'd probably go for the ramp. We're going to attack them with our tokens first. Alright. Not upset about that. We may end up needing to make more tokens later, but... cast Spring. Grab an island. Feels like we're doing okay now. I got a little scared after that Stone Rain, but I think we'll be okay. Spells.
Get out of the lab. This ought to be good.
So... I think we probably play a tap land here and just pass. We can cast You See a Pair of Goblins at the end of their turn if we want. So yeah, I think we just pass. Oh, should have attacked for 1, though. That was dumb of me. We really need them to tap out, too. Because if they don't... Yeah, that was probably a mistake. Although, I get to cast You See a Pair of Goblins at the end of their turn, at least, but... And that's what we're going to do. Befriend them. Oh, with all their mana up, feels a little like we're in a situation where we're less interested in trying to do Illuna here. I think just being able to leave up Sublime Epiphany and Mind this turn is pretty good. So who do I attack is the question. Am I that worried about Brawl? I mean, copying spells is kind of a problem, yeah. But he's so hard to take down. I'm just going to attack them. Getting to leave up our Epiphany is nice. Yeah. And next turn, we could try to cast Hornet Queen, if nothing else. Do we have triple green? We do not, actually.
This ought to be good.
I guess maybe I just Sublime Epiphany at the end of their turn, even if they don't cast anything, and bounce Brawl. That's not bad. This 10 loyalty. Yeah, it's probably better to cast Mind from our graveyard. Okay. That lets them look at our hand, doesn't it? I don't like that. I think we try to cast Hornet Queen here. I think it's better than trying to cast Illuna in this case. Like, obviously, if Illuna succeeds, that's better. Oh, yeah, I can't cast Hornet Queen. Why am I so unintelligent? Okay. So we'll just pass. Leave up our things. This can kill the Planeswalker if we wanted to, but yeah. I mean, we just keep attacking them until they tap out. It is basically our whole game plan. And at some point they have to. I mean, we're attacking them for 3 every turn. It's kind of amazing he hasn't used his other ability at all. All right, so let's do this. Let's Sublime Epiphany, return an on-land permanent, make a token copy, and draw a card. So let's bounce Brawl. Let's make a copy of a Goblin, and we'll draw a card. Makes them do something. Maybe. Or maybe it doesn't. Okay. Interesting. Do I just go for it with Illuna here? I mean, the fail case is I get Illuna in play. And then my backup plan is play Jin Gataxias. That's pretty good. Alright, we're going to go for it. Yeah, they have interaction, which I thought they probably did. Oh, that's less bad, actually. Killing my... Well, no, it's not. Because I at least have Illuna in play. So... This has been a weird game. Just using tokens. Token time. Kind of feels like we're not going to lose. Like I said, I kind of wanted to lose. Okay. That's fine. Do I just play Jin Gataxius now? The other option is play Hordling Outburst. I can Jin Gataxius if I tap my mana right and get a double into the north. That's probably what I do, I guess. No, I can't. My math was wrong. Maybe I just into the north and Hordling Outburst. That seems pretty good. Let's into the north. We have drawn now. It's our last snow duel. And it also gives us triple green, which is good. But yeah, now we'll Outburst. Well, I think we Illuna here now that they're tapped out. This time it'll actually happen. Hey, it's our friend Jin Gataxius. Yeah, I don't think we attack with the tokens. Now what do we draw? Okay, so I think we discard Forest. Probably Emergent Sequence. Satyr's Cunning. Caretaker's really the word. Maybe she's not that bad, actually. Hexproof is a big deal. I think I'm going to discard the Mythos. Yeah. So, do they have a sweeper? Maybe.
Think you can beat me? You're welcome to try. I am judge, jury, and electrocutioner.
Well, that does mean they get to kill Illuna. Don't think it's going to end up mattering, though. So I get 2 3/2s. And I have Lightning Bolt. So we're going to get there. I guess I could have just lightning bolted the Simulacrum. That's probably better. There we go. Deck is unbeatable. No, not really. It really isn't, but everything went our way once I started recording. Deck was a lot of fun. The deck list for it should be somewhere in the description. So yeah, and you could definitely build something like this, you know, even better version of it, really. In Commander, you know, Paper Commander, where you have access to even more cards. But the basic strategy would remain the same. I mean, you just want to play a bunch of things that make tokens, bunch of ramp spells, and things to cheat into play when you mutate. And that's pretty much all there is to the deck. It is fun to play overall, as I hope you saw. And yeah, so that'll do it. Don't know for sure if this is going to become a regular thing, doing gameplay content. Kind of depends how this video does, I guess. But yeah, I did it this time, and maybe I'll do some more. I do think Historic Brawl's pretty fun. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, that is new and not something I normally do, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to see more content of all kinds for Magic. And if you like my content, you want to go the extra mile in supporting me, you can do so on Patreon. Thanks for watching.